Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's Mario. How's everyone doing today? I just looked at the default thumbnail for for the live stream since I didn't set one, and I think it's a very appropriate photo. So I think I'm gonna leave it as is. Let me just go ahead and link this stream to Twitter. Live on YouTube right now. Okay. Here we go. Escatee. Alright. What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's been a while since I've streamed. I haven't streamed since last year. But let's just jump right into it. Today we're going to be playing Mario Kart Double Dash. This is my favorite Mario Kart game of all time. And we're just going to play through it casually, have a good old time. I sure hope that, uh-oh, what's this? What's this? Yeah, we're emulating. For the record, I do own the game. So, but this is just easier to do for streaming purposes. Let me know if the audio gets a little funky. Not like Funky Kong. Let's hop to it. Let's hawk to it and Grand Prix on this thing. I always like doing random, just because it's, you know, you never know what you're gonna get. And you know what? Baby Mario, it's a good character, so let's do it. We'll start with 50cc, some Mushroom Cup. Hopefully my controller audio isn't too dang loud. I haven't tested this game yet with the Xbox controller. I was actually playing it earlier today on the actual GameCube. And as I was sitting there, I was like, you know, why don't I just fucking stream this? You know what I mean? Hey, so far it's running pretty good. And it looks a lot better, too, on the PC, just saying. I was actually trying to get Mario Kart Wii working with Dolphin, but I just could not figure out how to emulate motion controls on the Xbox controller. So I was just like, you know what, maybe that's for a different time. I didn't have the mental fortitude to parse through tutorial videos and things like that, so I was like, you know, fuck it. We're just gonna do Double Dash. I actually haven't played much Mario Kart Wii. I only really ever played it at, like, friends' houses when it first came out, and they had, like, the Wii steering wheel controller, which was pretty neat. It's probably the best way to play the game if you're going to use motion controls, but I believe you could use the GameCube controller on the Wii to play it. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, this looks really nice, actually. A little, what was it, upscaling? I don't know what the correct technical term is, but, this also gives me an excuse to play 50cc again, because on my own personal playing, I was working on 100cc, and it was starting to get a little steamy. I have not played this game seriously in probably almost 10 years. I remember specifically trying to 100% the game and, like, do everything. I already unlocked all the courses and characters, but then I started doing the time trials where you race against staff ghosts, and the only staff ghost I could beat was on Baby Park because it's a pretty straightforward and short level. And that took me like a whole day to do. So extrapolating that for, what is it, like 16 courses I think there's in this game, that would have been crazy. Also, if the audio gets weird, let me know. In Streamlabs, it says my levels of microphone and game audio are pretty close together, but whenever I did a little test before I went live, the game was really low, so I kind of compensated for that. If the game gets too loud, let me know. And my biggest concern always is, like, all the button pressing noises that pick up on my mic. I'm sure there's ways to mitigate that, but seeing as I just kind of decided to come in out of nowhere for an ad hoc stream, I didn't really configure a lot of stuff. I think. And also, this is like, I think this is only my first or second stream since getting a new PC. So, oh, I didn't think he would hit me. So everything like, I'm logged in, of course, but every other setting is set to default right now, which I don't care about, you know, I just want to play the game. That's really the most important thing to me. We can worry about that stuff later. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, you know? Come on. Oh! Just grazed. Didn't hit. Oh well. I like this level. The music's really good. I really like Double Dash. I think my favorite level is Daisy's Cruiser. We would always play that one as kids. Whenever we would all get together and do Mario Kart. Apparently, Dolphin can, well, not apparently, I know this for a fact, Dolphin can emulate online play, to simulate local co-op. A few years ago, me and a buddy played through the entirety of Gauntlet Dark Legacy on Dolphin, and he was, halfway across the country. So that was pretty neat, and there wasn't really any latency at all. There was no noticeable performance issues. I think we had one crash, and that was it. And to be honest, you probably would have gotten at least one crash playing it on the actual hardware back in the day, so... Man, that banana was really blurry until it fucking came into frame there. See, starting off with a nice little 50cc, you know? Nice, smooth beginning. Look, I'm almost about to lap Mr. Wario up here. Or, sorry, that's Baby Bowser. What am I talking about? Yeah, this feels really good on the Xbox controller. I'm glad. I gotta get myself one of those GameCube controllers with a USB adapter. I've got a wireless one for the Switch. And maybe, I would imagine, you could use Bluetooth if your PC supports it to connect that, but I haven't really looked into that yet. Here we go, Baby Park. I should get a natural advantage on this level because I'm Baby. Let's see if I remember the drifting on this. You can, like, optimize your drifting if you start at certain times. Not quite. Those primal memories from 10 years ago will eventually come back to me with how to optimize this course. Oof. Almost. Alright now. Yeah, okay, better. See, I'm putting these hazards pretty much in the only path that I'm gonna go, so I hope I don't shoot myself in the foot with that. But I think I've noticed when I was playing this earlier today on the actual GameCube that that if there's enough stuff, like enough traps and items on the screen, they'll start to de-render. There's probably like a limit that they set, which makes sense because you don't want to have a lot of objects on the screen, especially in the GameCube days, because it will probably slow down the game significantly. I'm also surprised that the roller coaster doesn't like hit you if you touch it. It's just a background element. Maybe they changed that when they re-released this map on later games, but it's interesting for now. Which, by the way, I guess the new Mario Kart comes out next week. Did anyone pre-order Switch 2? Let me know. Are you guys excited? It's probably going to be really cool. There's some stuff that I've been reading about it, and I know that recently the Switch 1 updated its OS to prepare for like the merger with Switch 2. Like, there's a lot of OS features now that are going to be present on the Switch 2 that they added to Switch 1. And I had not a great experience last week trying to watch YouTube on my Switch. It kind of put a sour taste in my mouth about Nintendo stuff. I don't even know if I want to get into it. We'll see. I mean, it's nothing like major. It's nothing like dramatic, but it's just like, as a consumer, it made me go, I don't think I like this very much. One thing I did read, though, that I will bring up was that I guess there's going to be a day one patch for the Switch 2, which makes sense. You know, that's usually what happens with games and consoles now. But I guess the patch is necessary to run Switch 1 games on the Switch 2. So theoretically, that raises concerns where if one is to get a Switch 2 just to play a Switch 1 game and not have internet, you won't be able to play your Switch 1 games until you connect. Which is kind of disappointing, really, because most Switch 1 games don't really require an update when you have it on cartridge. So the idea of having to connect to the internet to play a game that doesn't require an update, or else you can't play it, that's kind of concerning to me. But I'm not here to talk shit on the Switch 2, especially since it's not even out yet. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I think a lot of people are going to love it. I didn't pre-order one. I missed the window. but honestly, I'm not really in any rush. You know, I'm currently playing a 22-year-old game, so, you know, I mean, the FOMO, I'm very susceptible to FOMO, admittedly. It's probably going to hit real hard next week when the console comes out, and I know that Nintendo's kind of tried to prepare as best they can for potential product shortages. It's definitely still going to happen. I mean, scalping and abuse of purchasing systems is definitely ramped up since the days of COVID. So there's going to be a lot more resources available to people to maximize their chances of getting a console and maximize the chances of others not getting a console. I remember when the Switch 1 came out, I was traveling abroad at the time, and I told myself that I'll just wait till I get back from my trip to buy one. And then by the time I got back, there was such huge shortages in the Switch that I had to wait. I think it came out March 2017. I had to wait till like beginning of April to get mine, which wasn't really a big deal. It wasn't as bad as the PS5, granted. The PS5 took me 1.5 years to get, so actually only a year. Maybe actually wait, no. What is November 2020? I got mine August 21, so it was less than a year. I'm getting my dates confused. This map's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of it, honestly. It's kind of straightforward. I'm not a fan of like the centerpiece of it, which is that big, you know, whirlwind of quicksand. But it's okay. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Music's good though. I like the music. We do just kind of get to like relax and take it easy on 50cc. I can sit here, drink my water, have a good time. I got a soda stream recently, so I've been going crazy with carbonating stuff. Mainly water. Well, only water. I should try it with milk or something. Alright, I want to check the actual YouTube stream page here real quick before we continue. Okay, go blah blah blah. Okay. Alright, it's looking good. Connection's good. All is well. Sweet. That's all I wanted to check. Let's get back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're done with the cup already. Damn. I was kind of just in autopilot mode. What a beautiful setting, Delfino Plaza. It's getting you excited for summer, isn't it? Pretty close. It's almost here. Although recently the weather here has not been very good. It feels like early March weather. What are we gonna put for name? I mean, the go-to would obviously be Cum. That's always a funny one. But since we're the gaming goblin, let's do Gob. Isn't that a character in the new Pokemon show? I don't know, I don't watch Pokemon, so... sounds like it would be. We got a gold trophy. What do we get? Green Fire! It's St. Elmo's Fire. Alright. Let's tackle the next cup. Who are we gonna get this time? Bowser and Diddy, the ultimate combo. I guess he shook off those allegations and was able to get back to racing. I'm sorry, that was an easy joke to make. I like Mushroom Bridge. I don't often go for the little shortcuts. Most notably the one where you ride on top of the bridge. But you know what? For the sake of the stream, I'm gonna give it a whirl. And since I've got Bowser on my back end here, it's probably gonna be very difficult to turn accurately. So I'm probably gonna fail. There's also this shortcut. I used to use it a lot more, but I'm not really, I don't know. I'm talking about it like it's like a lifestyle change. Like, I don't really do that anymore. It's like a 5-second alternative path in a video game. I don't really do that kind of thing anymore. Oh, a big angry banana. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is... oh, okay, okay. Alright. Hey, that went better than expected. Don't hit the car, though. Now, I'm by no stretch of the imagination a good Mario Kart player. I just like Mario Kart, so I'm not very accurate when it comes to like shortcuts and strategy optimization. Like, I can't even get my head around like using green shells or bananas to block red shells yet. I know that's like Mario Strategy 101, but I haven't even done that yet. We could certainly try it if the opportunity arises. Oh! Oh, I didn't think I would hit it. See what I mean? Case in point, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! There we go. A little bit of that. Look at Bowser's little tail wagging. He's having a grand old time. Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't. Oh dear. This is unsafe. I want to get the double. I want this. Gimme. I want that. Thank you. Oh! Mamma mia! Mario! This looks really good on PC, though, I gotta say. Gives me a little smile. A lot of these games didn't age too poorly. They still look pretty good, even if you play them on original hardware. The best way to play at original hardware, in my opinion, would be to use a CRT. I actually picked one up last week from my parents' house. I knew that there was one hiding in the attic, so I immediately went up there and grabbed it, and I'm like, are you guys gonna use this? They're like, we didn't even know we had it. Mine then. It's a small one, though. I'd really like to get one of those big CRTs, one of those big, heavy motherfuckers. Maybe one day. What's next? Mario Circuit. Classic. It's like vanilla ice cream. You can't go wrong with it. I hope I can get the start boost one of these times. I'm not really good at the timing. Hey, Donkey Kong, I have your friend here. Get away. I'm holding him hostage. He's my indentured servant until he pays off his debts to me. There's got to be some sort of strategy in, like, prioritizing who sits in front and back, surely, right? Like, with Bowser on my back end here, I can probably have a little more weight in my turns, I'd imagine. It's probably not the best choice of words with Bowser on my back end. I'm sure there's plenty of fan art of that floating around on the internet. Don't look it up, whatever you do. Oh, don't hit me. Fuck! Rookie mistake. Oh my gosh. Diddy's gonna get eaten. Alright, let's get a double here. We gotta close this gap. It's getting a bit silly. Oh, just bananas. Okay, you know, that helps. We're not too far behind. Bye-bye. Oh dear. That's one thing I forgot about since I haven't streamed in a while, is that when you talk a lot, your mouth gets dry. So I'm quite thirsty. I'm probably gonna drink a gallon of water before the stream is over. I didn't get a boost from that? Are you kidding? I was drifting for like 5 seconds. Bye-bye. Sorry, sweetheart. Oh, shit. What's this? Why was there a big shadow over the screen? Was that like a big meteor coming in? Final lap. Let's do it. Nope. Oh dear. Those are my bananas. I can't have them betray me. Not at this juncture, this crucial juncture. Bye-bye. Excuse me. Mario's sitting up there smugly. Oh, there we go. I guess you have to actively hold tilt on the analog stick to get your drift boost. You can't just be in a state of drift. I didn't know that. Right there, right there. Oh! Oh! I could have gone poorly. But it didn't. What was the Mario Kart game where Bowser said a no-no word? Was that the 3DS one? I think they patched it out, though. I wonder if they'll do it in the new game. Now, this is probably one of my favorite levels in this game. Daisy Cruiser. Hi, I'm Daisy. Look at the size of my poop deck. Oh. No start boost just yet. What did always strike me as interesting with these kinds of games, I don't know if they do it so much in the newer ones. I really don't play a lot of Mario Kart 8, admittedly. Is that, like, and it's not just Mario Kart, I think it's most kart races from this time, is that there's always, like, a predetermined list of, like, who's always going to be second, third, etc. Like, it's determined from the outset of the cup. Like, the Daisy Peach combo, that's always been the one that I've been competing with the most in this cup. I don't know if that's still a thing in these kart racing games. I really don't know. Let's see if we can smack her with this, this little hoop here. What the hell is that called? Life preserver? Lifesaver? I guess it is a lifesaver because it's what the candy's based off of. This is very much, this game does give very heavy summer vibes, which makes sense too because this was right around when, Super Mario Sunshine came out. Believe it or not, I haven't played a whole lot of that game either. The most recent Mario game I played was actually Super Mario 3D Land, 3DS. I played that for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it's pretty fun. I actually like it a lot. I haven't beaten it yet. I'm pretty close to the end, but it is very enjoyable. It's crazy to think that it was a launch title on the 3DS because it looks very, very crisp and clean and new, even though it came out in 2011, which is crazy to think about. Alright, final lap, let's do it. The Bowser Diddy combo. Let's make it happen. I wonder if Bowser ever went to a Diddy party. That's the real question. We need some investigative journalism to get into the deep lore of Bowser, see what he's really been up to all these years. Let's actually go under here. We haven't gone under here yet. Try something different, you know? It doesn't really make much of a difference. In fact, I imagine if you do it poorly, like I just did, it probably slows you down. Oh, these racers are gonna have a horrible time going up those steps with all the bananas afoot. Hell yeah. Beautiful. Gotta readjust my position here. I'm sitting on my foot. Alright, we got one race left. Let's see. What's next? Waluigi Stadium. I actually don't really like this level very much. But I know people do like it. This and Wario Stadium and the N64 one. Thankfully this one's a lot more interesting than Wario Stadium. But you can really get messed up on these jumps here if you're not careful and if you get hit. I am Daisy! Ah! Do you think she says hi, I'm Daisy each time she says hi to her friends, even though if they've known her for years? Just to put the point across. I am Daisy. Daisy, you've already told me we've been together for 12 years. Mamma mia. Oh wait, that's Luigi that dates Daisy, sorry. He goes, wah! Oh no! That's another game I haven't really played, was Luigi's Mansion. Actually, I only got it on GameCube pretty recently. I had the 3DS version before I had the original GameCube version. And both remain very unplayed. I mean, yeah, you know what? Maybe me not liking this level was a bit too strong. Well, it's easy for me to like it now because it's 50cc, but when we get back to this in 100cc and up, there's probably going to be some expletives thrown around. It's Banana Alley over here, jeez Louise. Okay. The final lap. How will it end? Not only the final lap of the level. Ooh, I went backwards there. Did you see that? It's not only the final lap of the level, it's the final lap of the entire cup. Everything is riding on this moment. Banana. Shell. I probably destroyed my banana with that shell, but I don't care. Do these piranha plants actually hurt you if you touch them? Oh no, they just serve as a wall. Because they are wood. They're not real piranhas, don't worry. It's okay to be frightened of the piranha plants, but they're not real. That is one thing that interests me about the new Mario Kart game that's coming out, is the variety of characters, and you can play the cow from Moo Meadows. That's going to be really neat. It's just a shame, though, that all the gameplay footage I've seen of the new Mario Kart is the most boring, bland footage ever. I don't know if it's the people playing aren't, like, doing anything cool, but most of what I've seen is just driving around in a big, empty, open area with, like, no music and just very minimal things happening. I don't know if it was like I saw a test build or something, or if it was like maybe a meme where someone like edited something, but I was not that impressed with what I saw, but I'm sure the actual game is gonna be, you know, considering there was never an actual new Mario Kart on the Switch 1, this is like the first new Mario Kart, and probably, I mean, when did original 8 on the Wii U come out? It's probably been 10 years at least, probably longer. So I'm sure they're gonna put some good effort into it. I'm sure it'll be just fine. But at this time, I only have to go off of what I've seen. We got the Bloom Coach. I can't wait till we start unlocking characters and cups. That's the real gem. Okay, we got a little combo here. We got Donkey Kong and Waluigi. Donkey Kong. I keep trying to select stuff with the D-pad, but I have to use the analog stick. Ooh, Sherbet Land. This is getting me in the mood for some ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in a hot minute. Also, going back to the audio thing, if the game is too quiet, let me know and I can certainly turn it up. I don't know how loud I'm being. I've found that in my experience with streaming and recording that the Streamlabs audio levels visualizer is not that accurate. I guess that's just my opinion, but it does not seem to be very accurate a lot of the time. And also I'm using pretty basic recording equipment anyway. I've got a Yeti GX microphone, and I'm just using my old wired headset to listen to the playback. I've probably had this headset for like 7 years maybe. It's still pretty good though, Corsair Void Pro. I like it a lot. Gets the job done. Although the rubber coating on the wiring of some of the connections is beginning to strip. So that's not good. I'm gonna have to get some electrical tape for that bad boy. The iciness of this level is in stark contrast to the temperature of my office right now. I'm kind of sweating a little bit. That's what happens though, like I could have the rest of the house be ice cold, and then when I come to my office, it's such a small, like, small surface area, small square footage, and then I also have, like, a computer running and 2 monitors going, and I'm sitting right in front of it. It's great in the wintertime, don't get me wrong. But in late May... You know, I always wanted to get a sauna for my home, so this probably serves as a good replacement in the meantime. Oh no! I got sabotaged by my own shell. What a disaster. I genuinely have the potential of being tricked by some of these fake boxes. Like, I almost hit that one just now. Because the color is so similar until you get right up into it. Hello, Derek. Welcome. We have a chat. There's these weird little pop-up things on the feed here. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. There's no X button to get rid of that. So sorry I missed your message if it was sitting there for a while. I'm using the Streamlabs chat read. I'm not actually looking on the YouTube live page itself. Now this is a pretty fun level. There's that shortcut right there. Let's give that a try. I'm gonna get it one day. I don't know if you have to just tap on each number countdown or if you have to, like, hold a little. If anyone knows the strategy to get the start boost, let me know. I'm kind of a noob in that regard. I just have to relearn everything from 10 years ago when I played this game more seriously. Is this really a good shortcut? Yeah, I guess I'm in first, so I guess it is. Banana. Now I'm gonna get hit by at least 3 vehicles during this course. I just want to let you know ahead of time. Especially during this part. This part always messes me up. What's gonna happen? It's happening. It's coming. See, this is a good lesson not to do this in real life in traffic. Drive the opposite direction towards oncoming traffic and try to dodge and weave. So Mario is good at teaching kids about traffic safety. Traffic safety. Let's go this way this time. Let's mix it up each lap. What do you say? There's a lot of variety to this level, though. There's a lot of ways it could go. I've heard some people say this one's a little more confusing compared to the one in the Wii version, but I don't think it's that bad. It's basically just a big figure 8 when you think about it, with like 1 or 2 little shortcuts. And the music's classic too. I actually really like the roadway level on the 64 version. I think that one's got good nighttime driving atmosphere. Makes me want to put on the Ryan Gosling jacket and drive and just listen to that music all day. We'll go straight ahead this time. Now, if you hit this little mushy cart, it'll give you something good here. That's not really in a position I can enjoy. Wario and Waluigi, please. Yeah, we could do Wario-Waluigi combo next. I guess that is true, too. I didn't really think about it too much, was that certain combos of characters will allow you to get certain special items. Like, in this case, I get, like, the big banana, because I'm Donkey Kong. Hey, there it is. Speaking of, I manifested it. Yeah, for the next couple, we'll do Wario and Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck! Oh! Waluigi's gonna have to get a skin graft after this. That was rough on his poor old knees. I think I clipped the audio there, too. I try to turn the gain down on this microphone, but sometimes my thumb is a bit too powerful. Next course. It's a big Yoshi! Look at Joshy's big boot. His iconic big boot.
Waha.
I'm surprised there isn't like a Waluigi game yet. I'm sure people have been clamoring for it for like over 20 years, but I wonder if it's one of those things that's like Nintendo knows people want it, and like they're just not gonna do it because it's funnier that way. And I agree. I think it is funny to have Waluigi never have his own original game. Oh dear. That's another one I need to play, Wario, what is it, Wario World on the GameCube? I know nothing about it. I've never seen gameplay footage of it. I remember seeing it in GameStop and going, what is that? A Wario game on my GameCube? What? I did used to play a lot of Wario Land. I think it was, Wario Land 2, or whichever one was on Game Boy Color. I think I played a lot of that as a kid. It was like a hand-me-down from a cousin, but, I did enjoy it. And I like WarioWare as well, which is really cool. I'm glad they added some of the WarioWare games to Nintendo Switch Online, especially the original. I don't really see a lot of people talk about the original WarioWare, but it's still quite fun. It holds up really well. And they ended up using a lot of the micro games from that in the DS one, I think, WarioWare Touched. They made a lot of those games. I think there's 2 new ones on the Switch alone, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more on the Switch too. Big banana. Nice little drift action here. Big banana. There's the Yoshi copter coming in hot. Careful! Don't crash! Baba Booey. Alright. Is that Daisy's Cruiser up ahead? Is that where the cruiser was destined for, the Yoshi's Island? Is this Yoshi Island or Yoshi Circuit? I forget already. Probably Yoshi Circuit. That's another one I've never played, Yoshi's Island. You could probably list off any Mario game right now, and I probably haven't played it. Which is crazy, because it feels like I would have played a lot more Mario games, but when I think back, I really haven't. I think I've done Paper Mario 2, this, of course, Mario 64, and Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World. I think Super Mario Bros. 3 is probably my favorite Mario game. It's just one that I always come back to. I'm not good at it, and I rarely beat it. I think I've only beaten it like once or twice, but it's always fun to come back to. If I'm like ever in a pinch and I just want something quick to play to hop into real quick, it's always Super Mario Bros. 3. And I'll be honest, I kind of like it more than Super Mario World. I know that might be sacrilegious to some people, but I like 3 a lot. It's quite good. Quite good. I really missed when they had Super Mario Bros. 35, like the Battle Royale-ish one on the Switch a couple years ago. I'm sad they discontinued it because I was really good at it. But they have other ones too, like F-Zero 99 that came out like a year or 2 ago. That's really fun to play. Because F-Zero is genuinely a fun game. And I think they're putting F-Zero GX on the GameCube online for Switch too, so that'll be fun. I know Kirby Air Ride's gonna be on it, so that'll be neat. And I think they're making a new one too. Alright, you little shit. You're going down. I always thought like the dark gray parts of this segment would slow you down, but they don't. It's quite nice. I might get smashed in the head by a boulder here. I don't want that. That's a devious spot for a banana. This bridge is terrifying once, like, bananas and other hazards start piling up on it. It becomes a major death trap. This is another one of my favorite levels in the game, too. It's so iconic. I wonder what that new Donkey Kong game is going to be like, as well. Donkey Kong... I don't even know what it's called, but the one that's going to be a Switch 2 launch title. It looks interesting. I was really surprised that Nintendo decided to, go back to a more classic style for Donkey Kong. Like, they kind of have his eyes all smushed together and be more like 80s cartoony. I like it a lot. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people it's going to take some getting used to after having like 30 years of Donkey Kong looking a certain way. But, oh my gosh. Oh dear. Whew, that's a precarious little spot. But I think it'll be good. I liked Mario's little redesign they had for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I know they changed his look just a slight bit there. And apparently the new voice actor for Mario is doing a pretty good job too. I haven't really heard many people complain about it. I did hear people complain originally that Charles Martinet wasn't voicing Mario anymore. That's a tough position to be in too when you're the new voice actor for Mario, is that like when someone's been doing the role for 30 years and like fans have a certain expectation and personality associated with the character, for that to change, it's probably going to upset a lot of people, and it puts a lot of pressure on the new guy because they're really just trying to do a good job, but they have big shoes to fill. But apparently, I mean, it turned out pretty well. And obviously Charles Martinet wasn't going to voice Mario forever. The dude's like in his 60s or something, right? He's a genuinely nice fellow, though. He's always posting positively on Twitter. Just a good vibes kind of guy. I wish him all the best. I love the upside-down L on Waluigi's gloves. It's like... it's so blurry that, like, the yellow is smudged in with the purple a little bit. Alright. Well, that's another cup done. I think that's the last cup for 50cc for now until we unlock the final cup. So we're going to be switching to 100cc. And as promised... oh, I tapped the mic. We'll do Wario and Waluigi. Alright. What do we unlock here? The Parawing. A brand new car. We'll do 100cc. And And we'll do Wario and Waluigi. We'll do their classic coupe. Is that supposed to be based on like the Coupe de Ville car? I think it is. I don't know. I might not know what I'm talking about, admittedly. I just think about that one Kings of Leon lyric where it's like, taking off in the Coupe de Ville, she bundled up all lazy. I don't think anyone knows what I'm talking about right now. Let's do it. I know this car is pretty fast, got a pretty good speed stat. Oh! Hey, guess what? You're getting bombed for that. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm quite rusty. You get used to using a certain character in car for like a 20-minute period of straight gameplay. You kind of have to readjust here. We're also on a harder difficulty now, so... Oh dear. This level is already becoming a death trap. It's always better to leave the bombs behind, I've found, because throwing them ahead, more often than not, I usually end up taking the damage. Bye-bye. Fuck you.
Oh! Oh no! Mario! You betrayed me!
Oh, you took my box, you son of a bitch. So it looks like Birdo and Yoshi are the villains of this cup. Get out of here. For the longest time, I've been trying to find out what the jump button is, but I don't think that's in this game. I love its little squeak laugh when he's small. Sounds like a Hasbula. A Bibula. I do enjoy the visual feedback when you hit someone and your characters celebrate. Oh! Oh! I thought I was gonna make it. How about a bomb for your troubles? I'm actually gonna have to start locking in a little bit here. 50cc was vacation autopilot mode. Now we gotta start locking in a little. Next course. Peach Beach. Peachy.
Go!
Man, I probably should have eaten food before I started streaming. That's okay. I'd perform better on an empty stomach anyway. Can you blow up these little quacky things? Wow, that was actually impressive. I missed every single box there. At least I wasn't alone in getting hit. Give me a box. Waha! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh, it looked like it was about to hit, and then they crested the hill there. That'll hit, though. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Low tide, so we can do this. Now we just gotta get some distance before the enemies start rubber banding. Rubber banding is probably gonna get really heinous at 150cc. Is there a 200cc in this game, or is that not till later games? I know they have 150cc mirror mode. Yo mama.
Yo mama is so stupid! She can't even play Mario Kart! Peter. Oh. Wheelchair. Peter, can you put my wheelchair in the Mario Kart, please? Put it in the trunk and fold it up. Thank you. Oh.
Boom. Wow, that was actually fast. I thought I was only on lap 2 there. Wowie zowie. Wario wins. Or you should probably put your hands back on the steering wheel, though. It's not safe. This isn't a Tesla. You think there's gonna be Teslas in the new Mario Kart game? That would be the stupidest shit ever. Alright, here we go. I excel on this course. Get ready for premium gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that turn. You could shave someone with a straight razor with these precision turns. Oh, baby. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Oh, fuck. What have you done to me? I'm all tiny now.
This map can really become a death trap, though, when all the items start flying. Oh no, I have to sneeze. Oh, I'm still in first. I'm still in first. I had enough time to mute and I couldn't. My hands are busy, folks. I'm sorry. Die. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh, fuck, I didn't see that in time. I do like how they give this one 7 maps, though, since the map is so small. I keep alternating between calling these levels and maps. Too much Call of Duty has ruined my brain. That's real, by the way. I am an unapologetic Call of Duty player. I'm not ashamed. I mostly play zombies anyway. Which, speaking of, I think the new COD season starts this very day. How about that, huh? Gotta get the battle pass and start grinding and get my camos. Oh. As you can see, I'm very concerned about that right now. After all, I'm playing Mario Kart.
Time for dry desert. Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna get that start boost one of these days. What's up, Trash Plays? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I wonder how many AI prank phone calls people have made with Wario and Waluigi since those tools have become more commonplace. Some of those videos are crazy. People having like full phone conversations with like Sonic the Hedgehog and shit. What a time to be alive, huh? I'm sure nothing bad or sinister will ever come from the advent of that technology, surely. Got a nice little, some distance between the other, actually no, Birdo's right up my asshole right now. Give it a little wiggle, fiddle diddle. I'm surprised I haven't gotten hit by that tornado yet. I like how everything has to have eyes in the Mario world, even the very rocks and trees. It's quite beautiful, really, when you think about it. Now they just need googly eyes on these arrows pointing around. Have you ever played Halo? I have played Halo. I enjoy Halo quite a bit, actually. I actually got an original complete inbox copy of Halo 1 on Xbox last week. Picked it up from a family friend who was getting rid of all his original Xbox stuff. And I'm like, hey, how much do you want for all this? He's like, hey, you can just have it. I'm like, oh, shit. Don't mind if I do. Hey, I blocked a red shell. The one I got last week was just Halo 1, but I think I've played 1, a little bit of 2, Reach, 4, and Infinite. Haven't played 5 or ODST or 3. But I have them all, I think, because I got the Master Chief Collection and stuff on Steam. They're fun. I'd probably play them on the channel at some point, honestly. They're pretty cool to just kind of unwind to. Very good atmosphere, especially Halo 1. I remember as a kid playing it, it used to scare the shit out of me. Especially with the Silent Cartographer level. I know you were going to think I was going to say the Flood. That level was scary too. But the Silent Cartographer, like when you would go in the structures within the island, and it was just like these big dark rooms with all this technology, and like you were just waiting for the enemies to detect you and you start seeing a laser blast coming across the screen. That used to scare me a lot. I've not played any of the Halo Wars games or Spartan Assault or anything. I have some buddies though that played through all the Halo games they had on Game Pass and did those ones as well. It's a good franchise, honestly, and I really enjoy the Halo Infinite. I feel like I remember having like a rough launch at the beginning, I think, because like, oh, I think it was because co-op wasn't on the game initially for the campaign, and people were kind of upset about that. But the multiplayer is really, really solid. I really enjoy Infinite multiplayer. I always come back to it every now and then. And it has my favorite model of Battle Pass that also Helldivers 2 emulates as well, which is the Battle Passes don't expire, and you can continue to work on older Battle Passes from years ago if you want, which is great. It eliminates FOMO. You can play it at your own pace, so you don't have to feel like you have to constantly play Halo to get all the Battle Passes. And they're also self-sustaining, so you know, you complete a Battle Pass, you get enough in-game currency to get another Battle Pass without having to really drop any additional money. And that's kind of what Helldivers does too, which I am very appreciative of. I wish more games would do that, but they don't, sadly. That's okay. I do play Xbox 360. I haven't really played a lot recently, but I do have a 360. We're going back to randomized characters. If you guys want a specific character combo for future cups, let me know. I like the 360. That was actually the first console I had online for. It took me a while to get it, though. I think I got a 360 late. I got it in, like, 2010, and I got it by accident. My parents weren't too keen on me spending a lot of my free time playing video games, which is fair, and I think a lot of parents share that sentiment. I don't know, maybe not so much these days, but definitely, you know, 10, 20 years ago, when video games were still heavily stigmatized. That was the case, and I totally agree in retrospect. You know, obviously as a teenager, you're like, oh, fuck this shit, I don't want to do chores, man, I want to play Xbox. But you get it. When you get older, you get it. So my cousin won like a random raffle at her work or something like that, and won a 360, and she already had one. I was like, hey, I'm gonna give you this to you. I'm like, ooh, hell yeah. So I got that, and I think it came with, I think it came for, Dynasty Warriors 6 they gave me. Because it didn't have any games on it, so they just gave me one of their games, which was pretty nice. So I had that, and I had Modern Warfare 2. This was like 2010, so... Late 2010, early 2011, I think. Because Black Ops had just come out, but I was playing MW2. But since I didn't have Xbox Live, I just did the campaign. And I remember watching old Achievement Hunter videos, back when they actually hunted achievements. I was trying to get all like the intel pieces across the campaign, and I did do that. Played through the campaign a few times, did the Spec Ops missions that they had, which were really fun on Modern Warfare 1 and 2. Those were really fun missions. And then eventually I got Xbox Live. I was so happy. I hopped into a game of Modern Warfare 2, played a couple games of multiplayer, and that very same night my mom walks in and is like, oh hey, you know, we were talking about something, I don't know, maybe she was bringing me dinner, or like we were talking about something like that. And I had my Xbox sitting upright, but it didn't have a stand, it was just like sitting upright on the carpet, and she accidentally knocked it over, and it caused a big circular scratch to cut through the disc, and I was unable to play Modern Warfare 2 anymore. So I was playing Xbox Live for one night, and then I lost the game that enabled that. But thankfully, she felt really bad about it, and she went out and got me the new Call of Duty at the time, which was Black Ops 1, and I was like, oh, fuck, thank you. Like, I was not expecting it. I had accepted the fact that I'd probably just go back to playing Dynasty Warriors 6, but, you know, she came through with a GameStop. There's a little GameStop bag sitting in my room when I got home from school one day, and there's Black Ops in there, and I proceeded to play that game for 4 months straight. It was the only really real game I had, and it got to the point where I started getting really bad grades on my report card. And my dad was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to slow down this Xbox stuff." It got to a point where it was so bad where I think my sophomore year of high school, I was only allowed to play video games on Friday nights. That's it. And it got to a point where Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 on the Nintendo DS had just come out that Tuesday, and Tuesday through Friday, every day at school at lunch, my one buddy who also picked up the game was telling me about all the progress he was making in that game throughout the week, and I was sitting there like seething because I couldn't play until Friday. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna catch up to you when I get the chance to play. And then finally Friday rolled around, and I played the shit out of it, and it was a great time. I remember I put on Fallout Boys from Under the Cork Tree. That was my background music for the night, and I just played so much fucking Dragon Quest, and it was glorious. Thankfully that roll didn't last very long, and I was able to get in good graces with my father again regarding video game privileges. It's funny to look back at all that stuff now. Is like I'm like almost 30, and I'm just like, I used to have to sneak around, like, you know, the classic meme of like hiding your DS under your bed sheets while you're playing at night so your parents don't know you're playing. Like, I remember doing stuff like that as a kid. It's really funny to look back on in retrospect. Doom, yes, I have played Doom. Actually, I played the new Doom that just came out. I think it's pretty fun, the Dark Ages. I haven't beaten it yet, though. I'm trying to 100% it, so I've been taking my time with it. But I'm really, really glad that it's on Game Pass, because I didn't want to drop $70 retail for it. And I'm someone that does prefer physical games over digital, but I cannot deny the convenience of Game Pass. Especially on PC, honestly. Being able to play stuff like that on PC is really, really cool. Because I definitely feel like Doom is one of those shooters I would rather use a keyboard and mouse for than a controller. There's some shooters I prefer controller, like COD I like controller. But stuff like Doom and Quake, I really love Quake as well. Quake's probably one of my favorite shooters. I prefer keyboard and mouse for that. And actually, Splitgate 2, if you're familiar with that, that just came out into open beta a couple days ago. I'm actually going to be playing that with some buddies tonight. And that feels really good on keyboard and mouse. What's crazy, too, is there's, like, no recoil on any of the weapons in Splitgate 2. So, if you just... It almost feels like I'm cheating sometimes with how good I am at the game. Not to toot my own horn, but, like, those first few play sessions I played the other night of Splitgate 2 definitely got my dopamine up. The original trilogy I played Doom 1 and 2, a little bit of 3, not really enough though, but I do have... I think I have all the Doom games but Eternal. Actually, no, I did play 3. On that family friend Xbox I told you about that I recently acquired. Back when it was still theirs, you know, my family would go over to visit, and I would just be like, hey, can I go to the basement and play Xbox? And I was like, just so shy about it, like, tugging on shirts, like, hey, can I go play Xbox? They're like, yeah, go ahead, don't worry about it. And they did have Doom 3, I think, down there. Which, playing that game as a small child, probably not the best idea. But, they didn't care. But I think Doom 1 and 2 are pretty solid. And what was nice, too, is Bethesda recently re-released them, I think a year or so ago, as a Doom 1 and 2 collection, and they added all the episodes that have been officially released for those games since they came out, and they added a brand new episode as well. So there's literally new content from, you know, id Software for Doom 1 and 2, like, in the current year, which is really awesome. And then not to mention all the fan maps, all the WADs, I think they're called. Like, those games have had incredible longevity, mainly due to the fan community. Doom 64, that's actually the only one I haven't played. I want to play that one, though. It's the only one I don't have on Steam. Not counting the new ones, I guess. I played a little bit of Doom 2016, and an even smaller amount of Doom Eternal. So, whenever I've played Doom the Dark Ages, I was really confused, because I don't know if they, like, changed something in the story, or maybe that was always present, but it never read for me. I don't know when the Doomslayer became, like, this like, supernatural entity of this cosmic deity. I always thought he was just, like, a guy at work, showing up at work on a bad day. That's the vibe I got from, like, the original Doom games, but, like, in Doom the Dark Ages, you're, like, the chosen one, and you're, like, hired out as, like, this fucking mercenary killer with cosmic powers. And I was like, when did that happen? I must have missed something. I don't think that was the case in the original ones, but I mean, it makes sense that they would take creative liberties and probably change some elements of the story. That's actually a complaint I heard about the newest Doom game, is that there's too much story stuff and, like, too many cutscenes when people kind of just want to get to it. And I will say, though, the actual gameplay, the movement feels really good in the new one, and the guns are pretty satisfying as well. I like the ball and chain gun. It's just, they have ridiculous weapons, which is pretty crazy. It gets into some, what I would like to call Reddit territory, I will say. Because, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but Cthulhu is in the new Doom game. And that just feels like a bit much. Like, did people really still care about Cthulhu in 2025? Like, I haven't heard people talk about Cthulhu since, like, the 2010s. But, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some people like it. You also ride around on a dragon in some of the levels, and it's like, okay. I like Doom whenever you're just kind of, like, navigating through a maze of corridors and looking for little secrets and stuff like that, but they definitely went with the theatric approach for this new one, which I'm sure some people like, you know, and I imagine in many cases it makes the game more accessible to people, which, you know, I suppose that's a good thing, I guess. So, I mean, that's the problem, though. It's like, where do you draw that line? You want a game to be played by as many people as possible, so if you want to do that, you have to take some safe options and maybe kind of blandify some stuff. That's a nice word I just made up, blandify. But you know what I mean, though? It's kind of like my biggest comparison, I'd say, would be like Elder Scrolls Oblivion versus Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Like, I love both those games. I think they're fantastic. But Skyrim was definitely simplified heavily compared to Oblivion in order to appeal to a wider audience. And it worked. It's one of the best-selling games of all time, and it's their like linchpin in regards to, you know, recent software. They still talk about Skyrim to this day, and they're still selling Skyrim to this day because Todd has to make Skyrim available on everything. So it clearly worked. But then whenever I recently played the Oblivion remaster that came out last month, it made me realize I actually like Oblivion a little bit more, just because the branching paths you can take just with basic little side quests and things like that, different ways of going about missions, like the Thieves Guild, actually you have to be a thief, you don't just go through dungeon and dungeon killing things like in Skyrim. You know, you actually have to put some thought into how you approach the missions. And, you know, if you're coming into that game from Skyrim, it might seem a little annoying because you kind of just want to run to point A and B and kill stuff, but it is fun whenever you find, like, a creative solution to a dungeon or a quest in Oblivion. I don't know how we got on Oblivion, but I guess it's all related. Bethesda, Microsoft, Doom, all that stuff. It's all the same company now. It's the super company, guys. Everything is going to be super company soon. Soon, someone's going to buy Nintendo, or Nintendo's going to buy someone. We'll get there at some point. But no, I do want to play Doom 64 to get back to the original point. Actually, I recently acquired an Analog 3D. I haven't acquired it yet, but it's on its way. It's one of those very, like, small batch production kind of things. But if you're not familiar with it, Analog is this company that makes, that re-releases retro consoles with, like, a modern twist. Like, they have a Game Boy equivalent that, you know, has all the trappings of modernity in it, you know, HDMI, you know, LED screen, things like that. And it can play Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games, and I think you can load ROMs on it as well. Well, they're releasing an N64 equivalent called the Analog 3D, and it's going to have, you know, HDMI support, things like that, like I think flash card memory, stuff like that. But it's going to be able to play any original N64 game. So I'm thinking that when that finally arrives, I think right now it's slated for July. It's already been delayed twice for me, so I'm not going to hold my breath on it. It's one of those things that one of those orders that I hope I forget about, so it comes as a pleasant surprise when I see it on my doorstep one day. But when I do get that, I think I would like to pick up Doom 64 to, like, break it in, you know what I mean? And just like that, we're done with another cup. Delicious. See, I made a little soda water a little bit ago, and then I added some lemon juice to it, so I made some lemon seltzer for myself. Move over, LaCroix. Alright, what did we unlock this time around? The Waluigi Racer! Alright, who are we gonna get next? Ah, Koopa and Bowser Jr. You know, in the old game, Bowser Jr. was called Koopa Kid, so it's a very fitting thing. Alright, Star Cup. That last cup actually wasn't too bad. I was actually surprised I was able to, like, hold a conversation that long while doing not poorly at this game. Usually it's one or the other. Like, I can't talk and play games at the same time, but I feel like maybe this is one of the few games I can actually, like, lock in and go into autopilot mode while chit-chatting. And I'm thankful for it, too, because it makes for a much more interesting stream. rather than just someone clicking on the stream to take a chance and see what it's all about, and then they just hear this the whole time. You guys ever have that experience where... And YouTube does a really good job of recommending smaller content creators now. Like, always, like, in my recommended feed, I'm always seeing, like, VODs and videos with, like, 10 or 14 views and stuff like that. And I'll click on them from time to time. Check it out. But do you guys ever have that where you click on a live stream on a whim, and then it's just, like, you don't hear any commentary for, like, 5 minutes? And it's just, like... And obviously sometimes it's hard to keep conversation going, especially if you're playing like a very attention-heavy game. But I always try to make an effort of trying to keep some sort of conversation going. Even if there's no one in the chat. It's nice today because there actually are people in the chat. And I thank you guys for participating. But even on times when it's just like there's no one watching or no one chatting, like I still try to keep some sort of thread of topic going. If there's anything I'm good at, it's probably keeping up a conversation with myself, and if you want to make content online, especially solo, you kind of have to have that, develop that as a skill a little bit. Don't let the skill go too far, though. You'll end up having conversations with yourself at the kitchen at 3 a.m. and that's probably not very healthy. Who hasn't been there, though, right? Damn. I think I'm actually getting better at this game. Look how much distance there is between me and player 2. Wahoo! Wait, I'm not Wario anymore. I can't emulate the Koopa noise. That's close, right? Surely. Next course. What do we have next in store? Mushroom City. Where the mushrooms are red and the girls are pretty. One of these days I'm gonna get that start boost. Again, if anyone knows how to do it, please share. Holy shit, I just killed Waluigi. He's gonna need a second skin graft. That's 2 skin grafts he needs this stream. Poor guy. Hope he has health insurance.
Son of a bitch. Your days are over, mister.
Take that. It seems the computer's going for the safe combos of characters. Like, you're seeing Mario and Luigi and Wario and Waluigi, but you're not seeing, like, Mario and, like, Daisy or some shit. Fuck you. Was that a shortcut over there on the left I could have done? I think it is. Oh yeah, it comes out right about there, I think. I don't know if I want to risk trying that, though, on 100cc. I will try this, though. Fuck! It's okay, guys. I'm actually a decent driver in real life. This shouldn't reflect my actual skills. Whenever I get a drift boost on the highway going 85 miles an hour, I swear I don't hit anyone. Oh, fucking red shell! Oh! How did that not hit me? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck! Ooh! How did I not hit that? I was, like, brushed up against his hitbox. Sheesh. Let's hit this little mushy right here. I haven't done a single drift this race yet. Excellent. The trash plays that point you brought up earlier about getting your Xbox 360 for Christmas. That was always the best time for consoles as a kid. Opening up a brand new Nintendo or Xbox or something around the holidays, or getting that game you always wanted. Always a highlight of a child's Christmas for sure. I think, You know, I think the only console I actually got for Christmas was the GameCube, and I remember I was so happy. I was so stoked. And I had the Game Boy player with it, and I still have that very same GameCube, Game Boy player, and controller to this day. I was actually playing Mario Kart 64 on it earlier before the stream. I guess you could say I was practicing for the stream. But, yeah, I think, I got the GameCube for Christmas, maybe like, it had to have been Christmas 2004 because I got Paper Mario 2 with it. That's the year that game came out. So I got that, and then the Game Boy player, and I didn't have any Game Boy games to play it at the time because we were over at like a relative's house. But thankfully one of my cousins came in clutch and had a Legend of Zelda original, but it was the Game Boy Advance port. So I remember playing that all night at their house. We had a tradition as a kid in my family where we'd go to my aunt's, who lived probably about like an hour away. Every Christmas Eve, the whole family would get together. And oftentimes, that was the more exciting event than Christmas Day itself, because Christmas Day itself was just with my immediate family at my house. But like, this was like a big event where we had, you know, probably over a dozen family members there. And when you're a kid, everyone gets you a little present. And it's like, yeah, you always come home with like a big haul of stuff. You know, talking about this makes me sound like a greedy little bastard. I think about that scene from the first Harry Potter movie where Dudley's getting his birthday present. He's like, 36! 36 presents, but last year they were 37! I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but, you know, it was always a highlight going to the aunt's for Christmas Eve, because that's usually when you get the good shit. I describe it as if, like, everyone has that experience. That's when you go to Aunt's house for Christmas Eve, that's when you get the good stuff. Unfortunately, you know, the tradition is still ongoing in my family, but I haven't been able to attend one of those Christmases in probably 3 or 4 years. Hopefully I'm able to this year. But my schedule sometimes... My schedule is not very holiday-friendly currently in my life. I think the only holidays I'm able to celebrate without much interruption is, like, Thanksgiving. But other than that, I'm usually pretty busy, which is unfortunate because as you get older, I kind of want to prioritize like spending more time with my family because my family's getting old, just across the board. I mean, we're all getting old, I guess, but it definitely feels you definitely feel more of an impact missing those times when you're older than you do when you're younger. When you're younger, it's the opposite. You're like, oh, do we have to go to Aunt's house? Do we have to go here? Now it's like, fuck, I haven't been there in a while. I feel kind of bad. What an interesting topic I decided to pivot towards. Whenever I'm like locked in games like this, it's just stream of consciousness off the cuff. I'm gonna get myself in trouble with that one of these days. I'm just gonna start saying something really unhinged. Oh, I probably should have muted my mic before I decided to heft my giant gallon water jug. What's next? DK Mountain. Beautiful. Hopefully we'll unlock a new cup after this, or we're gonna have to start delving into the 150cc territory. Baba Booey. This game is fantastic, though. I always come back to it. Every time I'm craving a Mario Kart, I will reach for this before I reach for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's not a knock on Mario Kart 8. It's just, I just love this game. It's the perfect blend. It's like right in the middle of Mario Kart history, I guess. You know, they had time to perfect the formula with 64 and Super Mario Kart. Did the Game Boy Advance Super Circuit come out before or after this? Probably around the same time, I'd imagine. That's kind of the only one I haven't really played. And the 3DS one, which I think was 7. It's really confusing because, like, half of the Mario Kart games have a number by their name and the other half don't. But that still counts in the numbering. So it can lead to some confusion. Like, technically the Mario Kart that's coming out next week for the Switch 2 is Mario Kart 9, but it's called Mario Kart World Tour. Is it World Tour or just Mario Kart World? I should probably know these things when we talk about them. I wish you could throw projectiles through the cannon and they would shoot up the mountain. That'd be epic. Wahoo. Oh man, triple green shell. Get ready. Oh, nice little jungle adventure. Oh boy. This bridge is starting to get quite hazardous. You gotta be careful. Donkey Cannon! Donkey Kong! #1. Oh. Isn't it crazy that we're only like a quarter of the way through the game? It's already been an hour, which is crazy to me. I feel like I haven't been playing that long, but this is one of those games where if you get sucked into it, hours can melt away. So I gotta say, if you've never played Mario Kart Double Dash, and this is your first time seeing it, check it out. Give it a spin. Surely it can't be that expensive to get, right? I mean, obviously there's other ways to play that I'm not going to encourage, but with how the retro game market is these days, who knows? I'm actually curious. I'm going to look it up here. Let's go on Mercari, and let's type in Mario Kart Double Dash. Okay, so prices kind of vary, but the median price seems to be around 60 bucks, which is fine if it just came out, but for a 23-year-old game. But it was such a big game that there's plenty of copies floating around, which is nice. The problem with the retro game market sometimes is that you'll get like a very obscure game that didn't sell very well 20 years ago, and as such it's like several $100s these days. The first thing that comes to mind is Rule of Rose on the PS2. That's like a $700 game because no one played it when it came out. Hey, special cup! Hell yeah! Alright, I want to check something real quick before we continue. Error, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. What does that mean? Keyframe frequency. Is this stream working for you guys? It's telling me my connection is poor right now. I hope that's not the case. Let me bring this up on my phone real quick. I'm sorry, we have to do a little live troubleshooting. It had to happen at some point, I suppose. We had too good of a streak so far. Alright, let's... What the fuck? Am I even live right now? New channel. Well, it says I'm live. I guess we're good. Sorry for the delay, folks. If anyone's watching right now, could you like chime in the chat real quick and let me know if things are working? It's kind of hard for me to tell. At least we have a new cup to try. It's like giving me suggestions on how to fix whatever issue might be present, but I am unable to do that. I guess we gotta Google. Let's refresh. Maybe that'll fix it. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna hop offline real quick and try to address this because I'd hate for like 1 hour plus of this stream to be just unwatchable. So give me a couple minutes here. I'm gonna play around with this, and we'll be back shortly, hopefully. See you in a bit.